There is none who is sought. There's none sought but Allah. That's in the ultimate sense. But how are you going to seek Allah? Right? There's wisdom that in prayer, we set a discrete direction, which is the Qibla. We face the Qibla not because we are facing the Qibla, because we are striving to turn completely to Allah. So, one must set that ultimate goal and make it clear, but one also needs worldly milestones. Worldly milestones which are not distinct from one's goals, but these are how that this is where I need to get in my worldly life, because we're living in this life. What do I need to attain in order to attain the goal of seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's closeness? وَابْتَغِ بِمَا أَتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ. Seek with what Allah has granted you the next abode. Okay? That is the ultimate goal. But there are things that we are seeking in this life. These are the means. So these worldly milestones are, what do you seek to attain the good pleasure of Allah, the closeness of Allah, the love of Allah, to maximize your benefit in your standing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So this has implications. One must have clear ultimate goals. Right? You have to have a clear answer to yourself. What do you want to attain? To attain closeness, love, and the pleasure of Allah. And this requires clear thinking. Say, well, most people who are on the spiritual, what are you trying to do? I'm doing my awrad. Why? Well, I'll do it, and one day, inshallah, something will happen. That's like going for a job interview. You want to work at Apple, so you just go sit in the lobby, hoping that maybe someone will recognize that you've been there for a long time. And if they feel generous, they might say, "What are you up to?" So, "Oh, mashallah, seems smart. We'll interview you." Or the one who really wants something will ask for it. "So why are you here?" "I like Apple." Right? Or someone else says, "I want a job." "So what job do you want?" Right? Like you have to, if you want something, ask for it. If you want something, ask for it. But what are you asking for? Right? So one needs to be very clear. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about the degrees of the believers. Minhum zalimun li nafsih. They're those who wrong yourself. I don't want to be of those. Well, then who do you want to be? وَمِنْهُمْ مُقْتَصِدٌ. And they're those who are muqtasid, who are just moderate in their pursuit. They're sort of in between. وَمِنْهُمْ سَابِقٌ بِالْخَيْرَاتِ. And there are those who are the foremost, who outstrip others in good. So why are these things? وَالسَّابِقُونَ السَّابِقُونَ. But who are they? And their qualities are mentioned in the Quran. Right? Surah Al-Waqi'ah. Why are we called to recite these key surahs? They're all defined for us either the ultimate purpose, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or what are what qualities, what actions we strive to attain that goal. So we need to be clear about that, spiritually but also in knowledge. Right? That if this is part of your life plan of seeking the closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you need to know. So why are you seeking knowledge? Well, because it's important. But to what end? I don't know. No, you have to firstly at the personal level. That what do you want to attain? What do you want to attain? And that's where you have to think, and you have to reflect. You have to read. Right? You have to read that why do we seek knowledge? Right? You have to reflect. You need to read. You should consult. Okay? You should consider. Okay? Consider amongst them is to, like, who do I want to be like? I want to be like so-and-so, right? And not even worldly people do that. And some of you may have read Malcolm Gladwell, for example, said, how do you write as well as you do? Said he said he wanted to write like, there's a couple of writers he wanted to write like. So 15 years, he imitated their writing style, particularly one author. Like literally he'd copy the sentence structures and style deliberately. So he'd say what he wanted to say, but according to that style. And this kept at it. Why? اتبع سبيل من أناب إلي. Follow the path of those who have turned to me. So you set goals, one of the simple ways, I want to be like so and so, right? And that's why I said, تشبهوا إن لم تكونوا مثلهم. Imitate them, even if you're not like them. إن التشبه بالكرام فلاح. For the imitation of the noble is success itself. But this is not that if you're a loser, then just pretend like you're like them. No, is that if you're not like them and you wish to be like them, then seek what they're seeking and do what they're doing. إن التشبه بالكرام, for imitation of the noble is success. Because through successive approximations that one attains. القصد تبلغ. So have clear ultimate goals in your own life. Most people ask that. So I've taken a spiritual path. To what end? Well, it's important to take a spiritual path because, I'm very sinful and, it'll help. And that's like, you say, okay, Brother Zubair is now successfully in the lobby of Apple. Okay, good. It's probably better than, it's actually kind of nice campus, but and then what? Right? I'm studying. Why? Right? To what end? So you need to have that very clearly defined. And it's inherently, intention is not something that can be given to you. Right? It can be pointed to, but you have to frame it. Right? Right? It has to be guided, but it has to come from within. And then for that, you have to have clear ultimate goals and clear worldly goals. How will I attain the closeness, love, and pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Personally, like you have to think through, okay, what do I want to be able to do with my knowledge to seek the pleasure of Allah? I want to be able to understand the Quran in depth. What does it entail? I want to be able to understand the words of the Prophet ﷺ in depth. I want to be able to practice my religion in all its aspects with depth. I want to appreciate, the beauty of prophetic guidance. I want, like all the things. How do I want to become? But then, how do you wish to benefit other people?
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله